What's up, guys? Welcome to a driving review for the 2023 BRZ today. So I don't have a proper setup, so I'm hoping that you guys wouldn't mind this view for now. Once I get a proper setup, I'm going to be driving in my perspective, and I'm going to be making a lot of driving videos, so don't worry about that. But for now, this is all I can provide you guys with. Hopefully you guys still enjoy it, and let's get on with my review. So I've driven many cars. I've owned about 6 cars. This is my 6th car. So when I base this review, I'm going to be basing it off of the cars I've also driven today. So I don't like doing these types of videos. I don't like comparing cars when they are in different classes, but I don't think I've driven a car that's in this class before, except for maybe the Veloster N. But even that was like, and that was a manual, so like I can't really compare the two. I would have to compare it to an automatic. So here we go. Let's get off on the road here. And I also just finished taking photographs. So this is all made on the same day. I decided to do it all on the same day. So let's go ahead. Put this into accessory mode. That's my little camera there. You guys won't have that sound when you first get the car. So push button start. We got fancy little climate control knobs here. Got little buttons here which are very, very satisfying to press, and even turning these is super satisfying. But yeah, today we're gonna be rolling with those off. Got the 2 windows down, a little bit of an exhaust note if you guys can hear it. You guys probably can't see it, but I do have a rev limiter that limits it to 3.5. Even though I'm driving an automatic, this will at least alert me if I do accidentally press the pedal too hard. I don't want to abuse this car, at least not yet, so I want to keep it as fresh as possible, especially for its first oil change. So let's get on the road here. So we're going to be driving this in normal mode, no sport, no track, and no snow, and drive off here. So gonna have to do maybe a 3-point here. I don't think I can. Oh no, I can squeeze through. So one thing I love about this car compared to the other cars I've had was that this car is so small. It's very compact. It's a, it is a sports car. It has those nice curves like a coupe should. Hopefully the camera's not too shaky, by the way. That's one thing I'm definitely worried about. But anyway, it's got those coupe features, so it is very nice to drive. My last car was the Veloster N, which was a manual, and as fun as the manual is, the car was a hatchback, which I was never a fan of before. Now don't get me wrong, I still love the Veloster N, and I didn't trade it in because it's kind of because it's a hatchback, but not really. But I won't get into that. Let's get into the car here. Turning this car feels super nice. The steering wheel is very smooth. I don't think I've had a car with the steering wheel this smooth before. Yeah, I don't think any car had it. Actually, I think the Audi TT had it, but the Audi TT was much slower than this car, even though it was turbocharged and tuned. But the turbo did kick in very nice in that car. This car unfortunately doesn't have a turbo, but it still feels very strong, and it feels pretty damn quick even when you are driving it normally. I know another YouTuber had a concern about that, and he said, will it still be quick, will it still feel athletic? And going back to that comment, yeah, 100%, it still feels really nice. Being as someone who is concerned with power in a vehicle, this car definitely puts down enough for me to actually enjoy it and keep it. So I have no complaints with that at all. And there are some comments about the automatic being sluggish, especially when you're downshifting. I haven't experienced that yet. I will definitely make a review on that for you guys as well when I get the chance. But for the time being, I cannot comment on that. So let's go ahead and get out of this parking lot here. On the stop sign, get on the normal roads here. I will mainly be driving in little areas, and I will drive on the main road here and there. So one thing about this car that I don't really like, but I can't really complain about at the same time, I guess I'm just spoiled with the last car that I had, but the exhaust note is way too quiet. You can't hear it, like, at all. It's completely silent, and you know, for the price tag, that's kind of unfortunate. My last car was almost the same price, maybe $2,000 more, and it came with a bunch of tech, including a Valvetronic exhaust system that can be turned on and off or put into different settings depending on what you like. And I thought that was very nice. But this car unfortunately doesn't have the luxury of that. So we're just rolling with the silent exhaust. So while I'm driving here, I also remember the way the car felt with the stock wheels and tires. So do keep that in mind. Yes, right now I'm running different tires and different wheel setup, but I do remember what the stocks felt like, and I do, you know, put that into the review of this vehicle right now. But I mean, yeah, I mean, both, you know, even the stock wheels, they felt good. I mean, I didn't feel any problems with them. I do daily drive this car, and I do drive it at normal speed, so maybe, you know, that has something to do with it. A lot of people say that it doesn't have much grip, and yeah, I mean, for, you know, for track days and whatever, you're not going to be using those tires. You're going to be using something better, something more high performance. But, you know, for the road, the stock tires are nice. They work, especially in the summertime, but I don't recommend it in the wintertime. Driving right now with these new wheels on as well, car still feels basically the same. I still feel everything on the road, and the tires that I'm running right now are Pirelli's P0s All Seasons Plus, so those tires kind of feel the same as the summer tires, but obviously these are all seasons. These work in the snow, and yeah, but these feel great, man. You know, these are 225s right now. I'm running 225s front and back, so I'm running a squared setup, flush fitment, no coilovers, no springs, it's all stock. So other than the wheels, nothing else on this car has been changed. So I am giving you guys technically a pure review. Signal lights are a big issue for people in this car. I don't think the signal lights don't bother me whatsoever. They say if you've driven a BMW, you won't mind the signal lights, but it is a BMW style signal light system. I personally like them. I don't mind them. They're smooth. Throttle wise, this car feels good, but when I first got the car, the throttle was very delayed. I'm not sure, maybe it's because it's new. This is my second brand new car. I've never had too many brand new cars, so I don't know if that's a thing with all cars, but this car did have a bit of a throttle delay, but now it's better, way better. You know, throttle response is on point now. Everything feels like it's, you know, getting there. It's being broken into, which is exactly what I want. I love this thing. It's beautiful, man. And you know, even as you're driving, you could see like the hood and yeah, the way the car kind of bulges in the front. It looks really good. It looks really satisfying to drive. So that's definitely a big plus for me. The way the car looks in the front, it's definitely important from my experience. Because the last cars that I had, so the 370Z, that had a very awkward tank bulge. That car was in an accident, not by me, but by the previous owner, and it was a rebuilt title, so maybe the hood was not properly, you know, fixed or whatever, but that car had a really weird bulge in the front, and you couldn't really tell where the front of the car was. Brakes on this car are definitely a must change, and I'm going to be making a separate video on the things you guys should change on this car right away when you get them, because the brakes and the brake fluid, they need to be changed. It's just not strong. If you're I'm not a hard braker, but there are times where these idiots on the road, you know, they can't drive or whatnot, and I have to press the brakes pretty hard, and the brakes are just not that great. So definitely getting new pads and changing the brake fluid is highly recommended in my opinion. It's not serious. It's not like I'm still running stock pads and stock fluid, so it's not a huge problem. You guys can see that I'm stopping properly. Oh, here we go with a big ass bump. See, times like that, man, you're gonna need, oh, look at that BRZ over there, that looks good. But yeah, times like this, you're gonna need the extra padding. and the fluid or whatnot. Everything else on this car, paddle shifters, they feel solid, man. They feel so good. They're very little compared to the other cars I've owned. The buttons on the steering wheel, they feel good. They're clicky, you know, they feel nice. There's another BRZ there, so let's go ahead and switch lanes here because we don't want to get stuck behind the Civic. And I'm going to go down this road real quick, show you guys a little bit more of the driving. This car, I'm telling you, it's very nice to drive, very, very comfortable. This car also gets a ton of attention. Not that that matters towards the driving aspect of it, but yeah, you're gonna have a lot of people looking at the car. You know, especially if you're the only one in your area that drives it. It definitely gets everyone's attention. It's a beautiful car. You know, videos don't do justice. You guys have to believe that. You have to drive the car for yourself and experience it, and you guys have to look at the car in person. Talking about the infotainment here, you know, I mean, I'm not really someone who, you know, plays around with this stuff. I don't really care for it. It's there, it works. You know, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto works. Unfortunately, you have to use a USB, which I have right here. Oops. The material used for the interior, it's not the best, and I'll show you guys why later down the road. Unfortunately, it's already scuffed up and scratched, and that's one of the reasons why it's not that great. Feel wise though, like, you know, the material of everything feels good. I like it. Maybe down here is the same material as the center console, but this material down here, it gets scratched very, very quickly. And even the lightest scratch you cannot remove. So I will show you guys that later down the road. But let's just go ahead and keep going here. So this is a 30 road. I don't know why. Usually these are 40s. I'm keeping a 40. I don't really see the point of a 30. The laws here in Canada, especially in the GTA, man, they are terrible for vehicles. I mean, they make no sense to me whatsoever. You know, 30 here, this would usually be a 40. You know, 40 would be a safe speed to drive on these roads, but apparently it's a 30, so I don't know about that. I'm trying not to, well, I'm trying not to get lost. Right, so reverse camera works perfectly fine to me. I really love the way it works. It works as it should. Literally no cons about that. My wife actually had a problem with the reverse camera, and if you come from different cars, I guess you're gonna have an issue as well. But the reverse camera, as you guys can see there, let me see if I can stop here and show you guys one more time, because I think it is something that's definitely interesting to talk about in case you guys, you know, like specific types. So here is the the reverse camera. And here on the reverse camera, hopefully you guys can see that. Let me see if I could maybe zoom in for you guys a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. So here you have like this L-shaped little markings that tell you how close you are to the car. So these little L shapes my wife does not like. Her car has them straight. It just helps her kind of align the car better. These L shapes are a bit thick, and you know, they're kind of awkwardly shaped, so she's not really a big fan of those. I think they are just fine. I really don't care for them, and they work for me. I enjoy them. I mean, you know, it's just a reverse for a couple seconds during the day, so it's really not an issue. So if you guys hear little rattles here and there, that is not the car. So don't worry, and that's what's rattling right now, so please ignore that if you can. That is not the car, okay? So don't worry about that. So far, nothing in here is rattling, no plastic pieces squeaking, nothing. Car sounds great. So everything in this car is quite nice to touch. The handbrake has a nice leather feeling on it. I wouldn't call it leather. I don't really know what material it is. It's just super smooth. It's a smooth, well, the steering wheel is smoother than the actual handbrake. And then we have the shifter here, which is also very nice. The shift knob itself is a bit plain, so if you guys want to change that out for the STI model, so if you guys want to switch that out, it's super easy. And I'll make a video on it once I get one, but you just twist it off and twist a new one on. But you guys will need an adapter for that. So that, again, I'll make a video on. everything else, you know, the way my arm rests while driving. Going into manual mode real quick, I'm going to be going into manual mode, but only driving it at normal speeds. So in order to go into manual mode, that was a bit aggressive. You don't have to do it that hard, but you can just put it into M. And then we're going to, you know, use the paddles here, test them out. So pressing it, car shifted. So there's a bit of that delay, right? Pressing it, car shifted. It says it's shifting into third gear, but you're not going to feel that third gear. It's not going to get into that third gear until a little while. I think if I put it in sport mode, however, so if I downshift, oh yeah. The shifting response is a little bit quicker in sport mode from what I feel right now. Downshifting feels the same. So this time we're going to use the actual shifter. To me personally, I don't like paddle shifters. I've always used the actual shifter. And for some reason, I don't know if this is quicker. No, it's not quicker. It just feels a little bit better, but it's not quicker. Let's see if we can not get held up at the red light here. So downshift. Downshift. Go up to 3.2. Shift. Oh yeah, it's okay. I think it's a lot more responsive actually using the actual shifter than it is using the paddle shifters, which is not new to me. The 370Z had the same issue. My old Genesis Coupe had the same issue. Let's put it back into drive. It feels fine, but the shifter does feel a little bit more responsive. So if you guys are driving this in manual mode, I highly recommend just using the shifter. The paddles are very nice. They, you know, they have a click feeling. They're not too light, they're not too heavy. Feels good, but I do prefer using the shifter over the paddle shifters. So yeah, overall, what do I think about the car? I mean, it's amazing. You know, it's super light. It feels good to drive. Everything in this car feels really good. It's solid. The driving, the steering, everything just feels really, really good. Modify it, bring it to the track. It will feel amazing. So gonna be parking here in Metro because I'm actually buying some groceries. So good timing on that on my part. So I'm gonna park the car real quick. I'm very much so enjoying the automatic here. It's very livable, it's comfortable, no complaints. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for now. So powering off here. Awesome. Gonna hold the handbrake because I am kind of on an incline. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I know it's not super, you know, it's not super detailed, but hopefully I gave you guys a little bit of an insight as to what I think about the car so far. 400 kilometers. I just hit about 420 or 430, I believe. So, you know, we're getting there. We're getting to that 500 mark. Once I get to that 500 mark, I will be checking the oil. I'm going to be letting you guys know completely what I think about the car after 500, and letting you guys know what the issues are, what the dislikes are, what the likes are, so on and so forth. So definitely stay tuned for that. All of those will be split up. And yeah, for now, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, share it to all your friends, especially if they're trying to get a BRZ as well, and comment below any questions you have. I'll answer it in a video. Thank you guys, and peace out.